Oh, whoops. Hey guys, how is everybody? It's been a little while. I thought I would do a little update video. Yeah, I've got my cheat sheet over here. So if you see me looking down, that's my cheat sheet so I can remember what to talk about. But I don't get to do these update videos very often. I like doing them, but I just don't get around to it. So I thought I would do one and just kind of update everybody on some things that are going on around here and all that. I guess first of all, you notice I sound a little better. I'm getting over my stuff that was going on with my health. The good news is I got a full checkup. I don't have anything wrong with me that's major. I mean, nothing, everything was normal. The stuff I had going on at first was probably due maybe to a bug bite or something like that. I just had a reaction to it of some sort, but it was not anything major. So that's good, and that's all passed. And then the bad news after that was I'm still a little stuffed up because I got a bad case of bronchitis and upper respiratory infection and all that stuff, and it's been a doozy, man. I mean, I've went to see the doctor a week ago today, and I've been on antibiotics ever since. I've been taking Mucinex and everything, and I can't really tell it's doing a lot of difference. I mean, I feel better. I mean, I don't feel sick. I'm not running any fever, but I'm still kind of just stuffy and still coughing and things like that. But you heard that video with me and Uncle Phil out there driving that car. You remember I was sounding pretty rough a week ago, so I'm getting better. I got a little bit of degeneration in a couple of the discs in my neck, and that's just going to be one of those things I just have to live with. There's nothing really to be done about it. I just kind of have a stiff neck, painful when I try to look up and things like that. So as long as I don't have to walk around looking for meteorites that are going to fall out of the sky, I guess I'll be okay. I'll live with it. Just been working a lot. It's kind of why you see things kind of ramp up on the weekends, and then during the week it kind of slacks off and goes to, not really very many videos or things like that, because I actually stay out overnight out of town one night a week, and for work, and then Tuesday night's a late night. I don't get home until after dark usually, and Wednesday I get home pretty good time of the day, and then Thursday's a late day again, and then Friday onward usually able to get home at a decent hour. So of course then on the weekends I've got time to do some things, but essentially how it works is I spend most of the week deciding what I'm going to do on the weekend, and then I try to get everything I thought up to do done. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But, I thought I'd just talk a little bit about the house here and living here where I live now, what I thought about it. I've been here since July 17th, and today's the 28th of September. So just over 2 months now, and I like it. Everywhere you live, there's a trade-off, and the fact that I lease a house, I'm in a lease. Lease a house is not a problem. I don't ever see the landlord, and I haven't had reason to see him. I just take the rent check to him, send it to him, whatever I do each month, and that's it. That's the only contact I have with them, and that's fine. They only live like 2 miles this way, so if something were to go wrong, that's no problem. Get a hold of them, but nothing has, and hopefully nothing will. Of course, you see this is a suburban area, and I guess one of the trade-offs is I lived in this kind of an area before. You saw my neighborhood I lived in, but it was kind of just its own little inclusive neighborhood that was like way out in the middle of nowhere. So this is just down suburbia. I mean, there's houses as far as you can see each way you look. Houses over here behind me, houses in front of me, one here, so you get the idea. I'm sure many of you live in these kind of neighborhoods, and the only thing to do with that is, you know, anytime I walk outside, there's somebody out doing something, painting their house or running a garage sale or mowing or driving by. There's a lot of traffic here. There's a few dogs bark and things like that, so I have that to deal with. So I can't go walk around nude, and I can't talk to myself like I normally would anywhere else. So that's kind of a bummer. And the neighbors that I have, the one that is behind me, he's an older man and his wife, and that's the front window of the house there, by the way. It's hard to, that's the front window of the house back there. So that's the front of the house. So I'll kind of orient you who I'm talking about. He's a nice guy. He's from up north somewhere. He's in his 60s. His name's Victor, and he's got a real strong accent from New York. He's from New York. I had a car like that one time. Oh man, that was a great car. You know, but a real nice guy, and I hardly ever see them. Hardly ever. Sometimes I walk the dog, but most of the time they're in the house. And he's real nice. We share this little strip of yard over here between the two driveways, and at least once I've come home and he's already beaten me to the punch and has mowed all the way around, like where my truck was or whatever, just mowed all of it, mine included, and weed eated. And so I try to do the same for them. I try to mow over to their driveway. We just kind of swap up and stuff like that. And this guy over here, on this side, I see them come in and out, and I hear him come in and out. I've only spoken to him once, and he seems all right, I guess. But his name's Lyle, and I nicknamed him Lyle the Smoker because he smokes a lot. And I caught on to the fact that Lyle the Smoker has been throwing cigarette butts in my yard, and I guess he thinks I don't know that, or too stupid to notice it or whatever. But I noticed it, and I picked them up, and there's a collection of them right back here on my back porch. And when I'm sure everybody's asleep tonight, right before I go to bed, I'm going to run on back out there and throw them over his fence in his yard. They're his cigarette butts. I don't want them. And any of you guys that smoke, do everybody a favor. Don't throw your dang cigarette butts down in somebody's yard. I know somebody does that. And they'll come in my yard and visit me, and they'll stub a cigarette. They used to. They'll stub a cigarette out, smoke it down in the filter, and throw it in the yard. And I'm like, you know, I don't want your cigarette butt trash in my yard. Pick it up. It's rude, man. You brought them. You take them with you, or you ask for an ashtray. So yeah, that's the thing about how living here, the house and everything, basically most of it, and it's real convenient to get to everything here. You want to go out to eat. There's a lot of traffic, but the traffic here moves fast, and you usually don't ever get in traffic jams. So it's nice. That said, I will be glad to, just looking at the time on there. That said, I will be glad to get into a place that's more wide open. That's always been my intention. So let's see about the cars and the trucks and all this junk I got around here. Let's see what I got to talk about. Let's talk about the Oldsmobile first. The one's in the garage out here, the green one, the 63. It's kind of a long-term project. I know I've had people ask about it. They want to know if we got the engine unstuck and all like that. And I apologize, when I made that video and posted it, I didn't realize it was going to be 6 or 8 months later before I ever got around to it again. So it's been soaking for all those months now. So this chair's sinking down. Hopefully when I get to it, it'll unstick. But I don't have very good hopes for that engine running very well, because usually when you get the rings rusted to the cylinders, I mean, that's basically, it needs to be bored to get the compression back up. But we'll see. I'm not going to give it a spoiler away, or anything I don't even know yet. The plan is on that car at some point, and let me tell you now, that's a long-term project. That's down the road. I need to be where I'm going to live at permanently before I get into that, because I'm going to have to take that whole front clip off and throw it away because it's either rusted or bent or all that, and that's all going to happen at the same time roughly. So don't keep on the edge of your seat waiting for things to happen with that car right now. The dart, we're getting there on the dart. Brother's coming over in the morning. We're going to line it up with our driveway tools. I may show you some video of that if he's okay with that. Got all the new wheels put on, all new tires put on, all new brakes put on, front and rear. The rear end's bad in it. I didn't make a video, but it's got worn out gears in the rear end. I'll show you that when I get that one out probably. But I'm trying to find another rear end for it. And it's probably going to come down to, I know I've had some suggestions about different ways to approach this, but the options come down to on that, either put another 7 1/4 inch rear end in, which I don't want to waste the time or money to do that. Put an 8 1/4 inch, which is a good idea, but that's not exactly the one I want. Or just go ahead and bite the bullet and spend the money and put an 8 3/4 in. And the downside to all this, besides a lot of expense for the 8 3/4, is that people that have them are hanging on to them, and that for an A body, because A body's its own size rear end. You can cut another rear end down, and you know, rear ends are not that rare, but it takes work either way you go unless you find the exact one, and I want to find the exact one. I don't want to deal with cutting it and stuff like that. So that's coming, and so hopefully one will pop up pretty soon. I hope. And what else? The Mercedes out there, the white one, that's my car. I bought that a while back. It does run and drive. Drives fine. I drove it home. I went over it stem to stern mechanically. It doesn't really need anything right now. It needs a valve adjustment. It needs a brake light switch. The brake lights are not working on it, and I trace that down with a brake light switch. It's got problems with the instrument cluster lighting, and that's one of those Mercedes things that they all do that year. It's a little rheostat's probably bad in it, so I might make a video about fixing that. There's a way to fix it without much effort. So, but it's a real neat car. I'd suggest anybody's ever wanted a decent Mercedes, start out one of those, because they're something else. They're nice. They're fun. It's in, like I said, it's in great mechanical shape. It's got some rust starting on it, which those cars, they just all do it. There's not hardly a W114, W115, that area that ain't got some rust on it, and that one does. But it's not horrible, and it's not terminal. It's just something's going to have to be addressed sooner than later. And what else? I've been trying to get into the trunk in it, and I got the key to turn all the way one time and got the trunk open one time so far. Okay. I guess that's got, oh yeah, the Chevrolet, the Caprice out there. It's kind of just sitting waiting. I think the plan is going to be, when I run up on some heads, I think I'm going to throw on a couple pair of heads, cylinder heads on it, because I'm pretty certain it's got a cracked head. I showed you that video. It was bubbling outside the head, and that's a bad sign. They're not any head supposed to do that. So. And it keeps fouling that plug out on that cylinder, is right down under it. So those are probably shot. But I think the bottom end's okay enough to go ahead and just put heads on it. You know, I'm not gonna bet the farm on it that it's gonna last a long time. But it seems to run okay without knocking and smoking excessively. So that's cool. So we'll try to do that. But yeah, we're getting to the time of year it's just starting to get shorter daylight hours and a little bit cooler, and I've got to kind of try to accelerate some of these projects that I got going. I want to get that Dodge Dart finished soon before cold weather sets in, because I want to be able to drive it. So. Anyway, I guess that's it, guys, and I want to thank everybody that watches my videos and comments and enjoys them and gets some learning from them. I know I don't get to probably respond to all your comments, but I do read them and appreciate them very much, and appreciate everybody that's subscribed and Really get some nice comments from people, and that's part of what keeps me going on this. And I like to make videos. I just wish I had more time to make videos, and I'm not exactly in the good physical position here for this where I live to do a lot of videos right now and stuff, different things, but I keep hacking away at it. So I hope y'all stick with me and hang in there, and because I got, every day I get ideas for videos to make, and I want to ask you guys something. I've got, you notice my channel has been primarily, man, 15 minutes. I'm getting up into Wrecking Car 72 territory again. For a white trash man there. Cha-ching. But during the day when I'm driving around a lot, I get ideas for kind of, not, I don't know if it's opinion pieces or something like that, but I've kind of kept my channel just mainly doing car stuff and whatever, like traveling around, showing things I see out here, scenery type. What am I trying to say? Just like the old roads and stuff like that. That kind of thing. And I don't really get into giving my opinion on things very much. And I ask you guys if kind of what you want to see. I mean, I know some of you clearly enjoy it when I get going on something and get upset or something like that. And then it's some of it's just for effect. I'm really not a type of person that gets really wigged out about stuff, but I've kind of held off on doing those kind of things because there's always going to be somebody that gets offended. If you say something about people that are overweight, somebody's going to get offended. If you say something about people who smoke, they're going to get offended. And I'm trying to be a tolerant person. I'm not somebody that, even if I do like videos, start doing some more videos like that, I don't attack people for their lifestyle choice or what they do. I just try to present it as like being a neutral observer. I'm not going to, I'm just not going to attack somebody. I don't allow it on my channel, and I'm not going to do it. So, but let me know, and we'll see where it goes. I've thought about maybe putting up a different channel just to start. I actually have another old channel, which I don't have any videos uploaded on it, so you ain't missing nothing. But let me know what you think. If you want to see some things other than just the car stuff and all like that, then I'll look into it. I'll consider it. If you don't, that's fine. Maybe I might start another channel, and if you kiss my ass enough, I might give you the name of it. But, no, I'm just kidding. I didn't do that, but well, guys, it's been nice talking to you. Not a kind of one-sided conversation. I don't hear much from you all, but so anyway, wrapped it up. How many minutes is that? 18 minutes and 20 seconds. Wow, that's 19 minutes you'll never get back in it. So oh yeah, wrong with this chair. Hear that little dog out there? That's one of those little poodles, and it's not a mean dog. It's not the difference between that dog and Ginger is that Ginger was trying to be an authority figure and try to overwhelm me. It's like it would try to come through the fence and like subdue me, even though it's like a little idiot dog. And that dog just goes out because it's like all those little dogs. It acts like a robot. Dogs are like that for some reason, especially those dogs. It's like they have no sense of, hey, I just did this an hour ago. I kind of want to do something else now. They're like, just run right back out there, and then go back in the house. An hour later, back in the house. It's like they're robots. They have no sense. They're just like, what's with that, I mean, I'm not a dog, and I don't know how dogs think, but I would think that, at some point after like maybe a year of doing the same thing, hour after hour, day after day, week after week, I think, man, I'm bored. I want to do something else. Well, maybe instead of just standing here at this fence barking to nothing, maybe I'll just go back here to this part of the yard and run around for a little bit.